Hello, everybody. You guys know me, Sheldon Matesic, District 6 Commander. Welcome again to another show, to the Connecticut VFW show. I'm here with my co-host.
Hey, my name is Dominic Giuliano. I'm the State Adjutant Quartermaster for the Department of Connecticut, and I'd love to introduce our new State Commander, Charles Pickett.
Yeah, well, guys, thank you very much for having me on your show again. This is outstanding. Thank you very much to everybody who's working the cameras in the control booth. Woohoo! Who do we got at home today?
Thank you, Commander. So we have two guests today. We have the past State President, Kathy, is on, and we also have Dr. Popeye is also on to talk about the hospital visits. I guess we'll start off with Kathy, if that's good with you guys.
Sounds great.
Okay, so Kathy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very well, thanks. Thanks for having me back on again.
You're welcome.
It's nice being on here before. So I don't want to reiterate, I guess, what I spoke about before, but I guess I can go over a few things. So the VFW Auxiliary is made up of actually 11 main programs that we have, really 13 programs if we count the National President's Special Program and the Department of Connecticut's President's Special Program. So our programs consist of Americanism, which is about obviously Americanism, how to salute the flag and how we take care of the flag and things like that. Auxiliary outreach, which is how we work with other local programs. So like working with the American Red Cross and being part of blood draw, things like that. So being out in the public as an auxiliary member, but working with them. So we're not doing a program of our own, but being out in the public and letting the public know that we're there, but not working our own program, working other people's programs. So that's auxiliary outreach. Buddy Poppy VFW National Home. So that's Buddy Poppy Drives, which when we collect that money goes into a special relief fund, which we use that to be able to help pay for dues for people who aren't able to pay dues and to help veterans in that special fund that we keep separate from our general fund. Extension and revitalization, which our chief of staff is in charge of that, and that is reaching out to creating new auxiliaries and trying to help our auxiliaries that are in trouble, that are hopefully we can save and not have them close, which we had a few this past year as I was president. So extension and revitalization, that's one of our programs. Historian and media relations. So historian, we just had our 100th anniversary for the Department of Connecticut VFW Auxiliary. We celebrated 100 years for the Department of Connecticut. So the historian is trying to help our auxiliaries keep our history, remembering what we've done in our past. And every year at department, we hope that our auxiliaries then keep a log or a booklet, or however you want to do it, if you want to do it electronically. And we have a competition where people bring that information in at auxiliary convention, and we have a contest to see who did the best job on that. And media relations, again, trying to get ourselves out there in the media, newspapers or Facebook, whatever we have on that, get ourselves out there. We're not doing a really great job of having ourselves out there in the public. And we do some great things on our local levels and have our spaghetti dinners or whatever, and do things on our local levels with our own members, but to get ourselves out there in the public and invite the community in, and then get that information out there for people who don't know about us, we have to do better on media relations. And then hospital, which I know Dr. Popeye will talk about more when we speak with him, but hospital is another program of ours, volunteering at the VA hospitals, and then also volunteering at non-VA hospitals. So you can do that as well. I am, on my side, I am the West Haven VA/VS CDC rep at West Haven. I also volunteer at Newington. So hospital, again, is one of our programs. Also, legislative is one of our programs. That is to make sure that we're staying in tune with what our legislators are doing for our veterans. The Action Corps weekly, if you're not signed up for it, make sure you get signed up for it. You do get the alerts. They're really easy. You go online and you answer them right away, and it lets our legislators know that we're staying in tune with what is happening for our veterans. Membership, big one. One of our big programs for our auxiliary members, trying to make sure that we have the membership out there, that we're staying in tune with keeping our membership alive and active and going, and that we don't lose the members that we have. And if we've lost some of the members that we have, that we go back and we try to find out why and try to get them back into our membership rosters. Scholarships. This year, I am the scholarship chairman for our president, Cheryl Costello-Pelkey. So I am working for the VFW on the Voice of Democracy Patriots Pen, which is the first scholarship that comes along in October. This year, they're doing something interesting, the VFW. The theme this year is the same for the Voice of Democracy and Patriots Pen. How are you showing patriotism and support for our country? I believe it's the first time that they've done this, made the same theme for both competitions. The Voice of Democracy is an audio essay competition for high schoolers, grades 9 through 12, and the Patriots Pen is a written competition for grades 6 through 8th. Again, that competition deadline is October 31st. The other scholarship competitions are Young American Creative Patriotic Art Contest, which is, again, the scholarship programs are for high school students. That's the art contest. That's can be no smaller than an 8 by 10, but no larger than an 18 by 24, which includes the matting on the background. And we also have three-dimensional patriotic art, which can't be any more than 5 pounds and can't be any larger than 18 inches in any dimension, so to height or width. So that is the scholarship program. There's more to it. There's the continuing education, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. We also have Veterans and Family Support, which kind of talks about itself in its title, Veterans and Family Support, which is one of the biggest programs that we have. And then there's youth activities. Youth activities is getting your Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts involved in what we all do for our veterans. Veterans Day, Memorial Day, planting the flags at the cemeteries, having them get involved in helping veterans who need help with, say, their lawn or their snow or whatever like that. We also have patriotism through literacy in our youth programs, which is the purpose of which is to foster a love of reading while teaching students about American history. So we have a whole list of books that we have broken down into grade levels. So we can purchase those books and then donate them to libraries or to the schools and give those into the schools. Also in the youth activities, there is patriotism, the patriotism through literacy, but also illustrating America, which is an art contest that's broken down for elementary school grade levels. And it's broken down into kindergarten, I believe it's kindergarten through, don't quote me on this, second grade, but it's elementary school levels. And that's during the youth activities programs. Now, beyond those are baseline programs. We have the National President Special Program. And this year, Lois Callahan, the National President, has chosen continuing education as her special program, which is connected to the scholarship program, which is why I kind of skipped a little bit in the scholarship program. So continuing education is part of the scholarship program. However, Lois Callahan has chosen it as her special program. Now, as her special program, she's made it so that she wants us to donate money to the continuing education program to raise the dollar amount that you get for continuing education. Right now, I believe it's $1,200 for one person in each of the conferences. And there are only 4 conferences: Eastern, Western, Big Ten, and where did I lose one? Eastern, Western, Big Ten, and Southern Conference. So we want to try to raise that money, and continuing education is there for adult members of the VFW auxiliary and any members of their family to continue their education. And that's what continuing education is for. And we feel it's important to kind of raise awareness for this part of this program because it's been forgotten for a while. And we want to have the adults in our programs, adults in our membership and their families to realize how important they are and we are with their education. That if we've forgotten to go back and continue our education, it's time to do it. It's time to remember ourselves and go back and do that. So that's why, and Lois Callahan has been a recipient of the continuing education scholarship program, and that's why she feels it's important to do that. So that's why she's chosen that. And then finally, the last program is our department president special program. Cheryl Costello-Pelkey has chosen homeless veterans as her special project this year, specifically female homeless veterans. So that's what Connecticut is going to be concentrating on as far as Connecticut's special program for her. So that's our programs for the auxiliary. So I don't know if you guys have any questions for me as far as our programs that we went through. I am this year's Eastern Conference president going in as of this national convention. So I'll be the Eastern Conference president going in for this year. So
Thank you so
I
much,
don't know.
Kathy.
Any questions for me?
I'm just going to ask you one quick question. What
Sure.
what can the post do to help out the auxiliary? Because I know you guys are losing posts pretty quickly. Is there anything that you see that we can do to help out?
Yeah. Excellent question. So the best thing that you can do for us is when you all go for membership and ask us, we'll get our applications out to you, is when you get members in as post members, give them auxiliary membership applications, because when we talk about memberships, there are literally 12 eligible auxiliary members for every VFW member. Mother, father, sister, brother, child. And I mean, it goes on, but there's more for every single VFW member. So, I mean, when you think about that, the auxiliary should be exploding with every single VFW member that comes in.
Oh.
So there shouldn't be any reason why when a VFW member comes in that there isn't a family member that automatically, becomes an auxiliary member. And we try to do it on our side. Lots of times with our members, they come in on a VFW member that's not living. So, that happens a lot on our side, but it's so easy for an auxiliary member to come in under a post member who's joined, because at that point, we don't need any proof of eligibility because you guys have already done it. Your VFW member comes in with proof to becoming a VFW member. So we don't have to ask for proof because you have already done it. So they just fill out the application and put the VFW member's member number at the top, and it's a done deal. So it makes it easy for us.
Well, again, Kathy, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. You
welcome.
bailed me out. Okay, asked you at the last minute. So again, thank you so much.
No problem. Anytime.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Now we'll go to Dr. Popeye. Dr. Popeye, how are you, sir?
How are you? How are you, Sir Sheldon?
Good.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, sir.
You're welcome, Dr. Popeye. You are in charge of hospitals and hospital visits, right? I got that right?
That is correct. So first, I want to recognize the commander, our state adjutant, and quartermaster, and yourself, sir.
Thank you.
And Michael. Kathy, as well, I want to recognize that. So again, thank you for having me on the show, and I'm honored to be appointed to this position. I'm looking forward to doing an outstanding job to make the department proud and to represent and do the best for the veterans. Our greatest duty, and that's what I'm going by this year, our greatest duty is to care for him who shall have borne the battle. Our veterans, right? Our brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, some of them are shut in the hospitals and forgotten. So, what I'm trying to, my first order of business was to select, which I'm still working on, select a volunteer health and welfare committee. And so far on that, I can just give you a quick, but I have myself from District 3, I have you, District Commander Sheldon from District 6. You volunteer to help out there and do the best you can, guide me there. And we have a auxiliary president from 4740, Melanie Lindsay. She's coming on that. Her senior vice, Lisa Rivera, and our own state adjutant and quartermaster Dominic. I have him there as my advisor. I reach out to him, and boy, he guided me. So he's on my list without even knowing.
He's on a lot of lists.
You know, right? Well, I just want to read this, what I put in, and give you an update to what I intend to do based on what the commander is expecting for me. I saw him at District 3 meeting, and he reiterated that he's expecting nothing less than nothing, right? He doesn't want anything not to be done. So part of what I'm looking to do is to select a committee, which I'm working on, promote volunteerism in the Connecticut DVA home, VA hospitals and nursing homes, encourage posts in district to support our local VA, DVA facilities, nursing homes through donation and funds, clothing, personal hygiene needs, and items needed that are desired by the veterans and their families. Develop volunteers, right? I heard Kathy was talking about volunteers. That's awesome. So I can get guidance from her. How to really develop volunteers, not just to have volunteers show up, but how to really care for the veterans in the hospital and follow the protocol, the do's and the don'ts, what we can and cannot do. And I know our past state president, Kathy, has been around for a while, so she has that knowledge I can certainly learn from. Conduct visits at the hospital. Yesterday, for example, I was on the phone with Miss Judy Barnes from Rocky Hill, and we spoke in length, even though she was out in Massachusetts taking care of a veteran in need. But what she pointed out most that hit me was a lot of the veterans there, Rocky Hill, they are in a home. They don't have anybody to talk to. And she was asking if we can at least set something up where we can come in and talk to those veterans at least once a month. That would make a big difference. Mm-hmm. They're there, some of them didn't want to be there, but their condition dictate that they're there. So if we can go in and talk to them, so that hits me really hard. And I know I spoke to you briefly on that, Sheldon, Mr. Comrade Sheldon, and you said you would assist. So I'm looking to do more of that. Go in and talk to the veterans, maybe once a month, talk to them best we can, care for them in that manner, and set up like the Christmas list the Christmas list so we can give them, a donation, a gift card or something of the sort. Also, Ms. Jody Barnes mentioned that another big thing, if we can make donations so they can coordinate entertainment where they can get best prices. They would have an entertainment and try to have, once they schedule it, they will have, I think she said she have like 80 veterans. So if they can get 60 or 70 veterans to come to like that entertainment, would it be a little game or bring in some entertainment, outside music or something of the sort, that would uplift their spirit. I like that idea as well. So I'm looking for that. I want to reach out to as many the VAVS and get ideas from them, see what programs they have at the hospitals and clinics, and see how best we can support those VAVS representatives. So I can have a report to send back and say, this is what we're doing, this is what we need to further help the veterans. Yesterday, I spoke to our quartermaster and adjutant department, and he said something that also made sense. He said, we have a lot of veterans other than just the clinic. If we can find out where they are, if they're in a home, I know like, for example, in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where I live, there's a home of the brave, home for the braves. They take in veterans and house them for a while. And he's saying if we can find veterans wherever they are, and if we can make a difference to those veterans, then we will have reached out a little further and it would make, a bigger impact. So he's saying that's part of it. We're not forgetting the hospitals. We're doing what we're supposed to, but try to find out if we have a veteran home that we don't know about, somebody never heard about, but it does exist. I think there's one that I mentioned, I think they call it, she's a veteran too or something like that, by a female veteran that starts that program for female vets up there.
Hey, Dr. Popeye.
I'll get it.
Hold that thought.
Yes.
We have to go on break, so just give me a minute and we'll come right back to you.
You got it, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Customer reviews to make the right decisions, but as sellers continually find new ways to craft fake reviews and hire thousands of people to post them, getting rid of every fake review quickly is nearly impossible. Look out for generic reviewer profiles. If a reviewer has a very common or generic name, you've spotted a red flag. Read reviews by customers with verified purchases, meaning the reviewer bought the product on the same site where they wrote the review. Examine the quality and timing of product reviews. If you notice a product has several 5-star or 1-star reviews with just a word or two in the written portion of the review, or if the reviews use language that is generic, studded with irrelevant details, or overly enthusiastic, you may be looking at a fake review. This is especially true if you notice multiple similar reviews posted during a short window of time. The rise of generative AI has made it much easier to post fake reviews and harder for customers to spot them. So it's a good idea to check multiple websites and compare reviews of an item or service. If you spot a scam, report it to BBB Scam Tracker. That's bbb.org/scam tracker.
Hey, welcome back.
We're going to wait for Charles.
Oh, okay, we're waiting for Charles. Okay.
Got it.
Yep, there it is.
Let me know when you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. We're back. Dr. Popeye, I'll let you finish your sentence.
Yep. Thank you there, Commander, District Commander. And I want to point out, and I just want to thank Kathy for this. She brought it to my attention yesterday. I didn't know she was doing such a phenomenal job. And I'm happy to learn that as the hospital state director, that in the second Monday of every month, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., she does snacks. She and her team does snacks for the West Haven VA. And every Wednesday, 9 to 11 at Newington, they do snacks and coffee for the veterans. That's awesome to know, and I'm going to see how best I can assist in that department. But that was great knowledge to be brought to my attention as well. And just to bring to light, I know that Kathy used the acronym CDC, CDCE, which, to bring to light, our VAVS has now been changed, which is a Veterans Administration Volunteer Service, has now been changed to CDCE, which stands for Community Development Civic Engagement. So if you hear that term being used at the VA hospital, it's the VAVS still, and it's slowly phasing away. To those who don't know, but I think it's official. Kathy can correct me on that, but I think it's already been official. That's the new term. So as for that, I'm working with the team. I'm bringing together the committee. I'm trying to work as much with the auxiliary as possible. They are our strong backbone, and they've been around forever, and they know. So if I can work with the liaisons for the auxiliary to get more done, who's already doing something, I can jump in and help, and also get others on board to help us, so we can reach more veterans for this year, so the commander can be happy with his choice of department to make sure that we are reaching the veterans and taking care of them. Because the end result is, like Dominic said yesterday, we're supposed to be taking care of veterans. That's our duty. Nothing short of that. It's taking care of our veterans. And that's my goal, is to find our veterans who are in need and take care of them and report the same back to the department.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Popeye. We appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir. Any questions for me?
I actually also at the last minute, so I appreciate your helping us out when you did. Guys, have any questions for Dr. Popeye?
No.
No? So, yeah, Dr. Popeye, just let me know when you're ready and you need
Yes,
volunteers.
sir.
Give me a couple weeks' notice, and I'm sure I'll be able to help you. Anybody out there looking at this, he's looking for more volunteers, please reach out to Dr. Popeye, and he can use all the help he can get. We can go out there and talk to those vets. So thank you again. And now we're going to talk to the
Dominic
state.
Giuliano, state adjutant quarterman. Dominic, what is
Dominic.
going on in the state these days?
We just had a spectacular year last year.
Oh my God,
I mean,
gangbusters.
I mean, we broke record after record. What was it? 35 All-American posts.
35. That's
35.
redonkulous.
Right? 39 All-State.
Yeah.
72 posts to hit 102 for membership.
How many posts we got?
That 81.
What? This is not like 90%.
That's 90%.
That's silly.
That's
silly.
That's how we did it. I think we came
That's
down.
how you rolled. My God. So what are we gonna do this year?
I think
Why even bother? Let's just pack up shop.
No, we can't do that. We can't be one and dones, man. We can't be one and dones. We gotta. At the end of the day, what we need to do is we need to regroup. We need to put our priorities in place and stuff like that, because our priorities are community service, taking care of the community, taking care of veterans, taking care of everybody around us, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, BOD, Patriots, Penn.
Yeah, the youth.
Yes,
the youth
of America, the youth
Yep.
of America, right? And then keep in mind too, VMS donations, $125.
Yeah.
Buddy Poppy, because we have Buddy Poppies, right?
Yeah.
Membership's a big one. I know you're going to ping on that one.
No, you can do that.
You know,
You're awesome about that.
And also the day of service, okay?
Oh, that's big in the spring.
Oh yeah,
May.
man. Yeah, the whole month of May.
Yeah.
Whole month of May.
That's a good one. They only started that like 3 or 4 years
3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the blue shirt though. They're
Yeah,
not
we
that
gotta get the shirt.
expensive.
We gotta get the shirt this year. We gotta get the shirts this year.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind too. Now, one of the things I wanted to ping about this show, more importantly, is our all state dashboard. You know, it's the one that we created.
The one on, what's that website?
www.vfwct.org.
That's right, vfwct.org.
Yep.
And I bet you know what? If we can get that on the monitor,
Yes.
we can take a look at it.
Jen.
Just a hint. Just a hint. You know, just a segue, a cue. But yeah, you've been actually working on the 2025-26 portion. of that.
Right.
Tell us what you've been doing on vfwct.org.
Well, one of the things that I went down and I audited the department for our articles of incorporation. Right
Okay.
off the rip, you know, we had a few that are getting close, that those posts have been notified, you know, to basically what the dashboard is that it's definitely one tool that we have in place to, you know, keep track of our administrative stuff within the department to ensure that we're staying in compliance with the bylaws and the state laws and everything else. Okay, so we did the articles of incorporation.
Yeah, okay, so we're tracking that one thing.
Tracking that one. Insurance, a lot of
Oh, wait a
insurance
minute,
is
why do
coming
we
due.
need insurance?
Well, for our posts.
Well, I mean, like posts, like just like my post doesn't have a place.
Yes. If you have a building, you need insurance. If you don't have a building, and you typically don't unless the place you meet is requiring it.
Yeah, like a canteen. You definitely want to have
Oh,
a canteen.
yeah. You definitely have a canteen.
Because who's on the hook if you're uninsured?
Oh, the members.
Oh yeah.
The members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other members. The
Yeah.
corporation.
Yeah.
And then if they're definitely uninsured, it could also go up.
Right,
to
go right
us.
up to the department.
Yep.
Right. So.
And Sheldon,
Poor Sheldon.
you're a district commander, aren't you?
Yes,
So insurance protects us all.
it does.
That's right.
It does.
That's
It does. What else we track on there? Don't talk about those 990s. Don't do it.
right. We got 18 left. 18 left throughout the state.
They expire,
What's that?
Starts all over again. Oh,
that-
18?
Yeah, 18 left that their 990s are missing, but they're actively working on it.
I wouldn't say the word. I don't think the word missing is quite right.
Missing, revoked.
Yeah.
Or you're revoked.
But we're working on it.
Yeah, we are working on it.
We can't all be
18
perfect.
left, and I would say 99% of them are all in place. You know, in the process of getting back.
Poised to
Yeah.
get reinstated.
Yep. That's right.
99.
99%. That's a good number.
Look at the camera.
And,
Yeah.
and you know how important
With
it is to
camera.
keep those 990s going, you know?
Oh, I just did mine
So-
today. No,
Yes,
wait,
you did.
no, I did mine July 1st, but it was the incorporation that I had to do today for New Haven. So I'm
Right,
their
right.
agent.
All right.
So even if the state commander is still typing in and sending $50 off to the state of Connecticut.
They
Yeah,
want
why
to
not?
remain nonprofit.
Yeah, well, you want also have your incorporation, as you talked. That actually protects the corporate officers from lawsuits. So there
Yeah,
is,
right.
so they can't like take your, I don't know, your
House.
IRA and your house and your car.
You know,
know?
I think one of the things that we've been working on very closely is getting all the stuff from last year settled out. Like you're missing trustee reports. It's not going away. You know, you still owe us the department. You're in the rears. But I want you to take a look at Section 213 of the national bylaws, and that's what basically we're going off of. You know, it's in the bylaws. You know, we're required for these reports to be turned in on time, on target, and if you don't, we'll work with you if you're having issues. But if there's silence on the line, then obviously I gotta let the state commander know.
But this is nothing crazy. This is what like the Elks and the Moose Lodge and many companies have to do the same type
Yeah,
of
the same thing.
If
And we
you're
do-
a C3, there's even more stringent.
And we do this every year at the same time. It's like Groundhog Day. You know what's coming. There's no surprises. Just got to get it done. And for some reason, if your quartermaster or adjutant can't get it done, I'm sure you have volunteers that can help them out at the post level so they can get this work done. Because it's not as maybe or it has to be done.
That's right. Right.
What else is on that the old dashboard?
Well, let me see.
Don't we got the Hugh Hoyt and we got
The Hugh
Commander
Hoyt?
Special Project?
That's right. What's your special project this year?
It's
is
the foundation, the Nascent Foundation. It'll
Yep.
help, but we'll talk about that later.
Yep,
Or
okay.
not.
The Hugh
Probably
Hoyt?
not. Yeah,
Yep.
because we're still working on that. We're still
Yep.
trudging away. The Hugh Hoyt, though, that we found out that was really important last year because it paid for the awards, it
That's
paid
right.
for the dinners for the families that entered the Voice of Democracy and Patriot Pen contests.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. You got your donations to the home. You got
All
your
the National
donations.
Home, yeah.
You got your Commander Special Project. So it's $150 for the Hugh Hoyt, $50 for the Special Project, $50 to the home. That's your minimum
Oh, but
required.
the National Home has to go separately. It's got to go to the National Home.
Got to go National
Gotta
Home.
Be careful. So VFW leadership, make sure you cut that $200 check and put on there,
Hugh Hoyt?
Hugh Hoyt or Hoyt or Hugh, whatever you want. We found out who Hugh Hoyt was. He
Yeah.
apparently was a leader down in Milford or Stratford, and died of a brain aneurysm in the 50s or something like that. So so it was Jeff DeWitt did some genealogical digging. So even we forgot about that.
Is the VMS, is that still 125?
Yeah, $125.
Yes, but what is that for? All state or all American?
That's all American.
Shut up! Why'd you give away the answer?
Well,
It's a different
I
hat.
got it.
It's a different hat.
Yeah, you know what? I thought you were talking,
It's okay. No, it's okay. Yeah, it's all state. But we're largely concerned with making sure that our posts remain in they're good standing with the state and the federal government, specifically the IRS. When people give us money, we want to let them know that we're good shepherds of that resource. It's going to the appropriate place. We're doing our paperwork, and we're playing by the rules. So while we talk about this and we're hunkered down in the administration, that's a part of that gives you that baseline stuff so we can continue to do good works like picking up trash on Long Island Sound is one community project. Helping install handicap ramps. Everything Dr. Popeye just talked about. Going to hospitals and stuff like that. And the DVA. Matter of fact, we've got to hook him up and get a little showing up there at lunchtime or dinner time to hand out stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Because that's a good little easy hey, a little pick me up type thing.
I think he's going to do a great job.
Well, time will tell.
Yes, I think he's going to do a great job.
Time will tell.
If you're here listening to Dr. Popeye, you heard I said. I do think you're going to do a great job. You better.
It's his mentor.
Yeah.
So, Sheldon, you know what? We also have a new edition this year. I don't know if we can get this up on the monitor, but we have the PDF of the July mailing with the initial issue of Roll Call Newsletter. Roll Call Newsletter. It's got a lot of photographs. There it is, Roll Call. You'll see it's photographs from the state, and it's the different by the way, everyone, orange shirts, black shirts. You'll notice that our hosts here have this year's officers' shirts. Yes, very nice. Very straightforward. And this one has a pocket for the glasses and the phone. Yeah. Oh, there you go. You put your cigarettes there, but we don't encourage that. We don't encourage that.
That's right.
Hey, is there any way we could bring up roll call again? Maybe get to page 2 or page 3. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. Did you see that transition?
Yeah, really nice.
You did a good
Nice job there.
You did a great job.
Oh, very nice. So, you know what? I think I see your photograph getting an award there, Dominic.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, sexy beast right there. And is that you folding up the VFW flag at the bottom there?
Yeah, with Junior Vice Commander in Chief Tim Peters.
Oh, he came out to the...
Yeah.
So the number 3 guy in the whole VFW came out to our convention.
Oh, yes.
To Little Connecticut?
Yeah, yeah.
My God. Control room, I don't suppose we can see what page 4 looks like. Or 3. Yeah, keep going. No one wants to read that. Keep going. We already went past that. That was lovely, the Independence Day celebration at the Hall of Flags.
Good turnout.
It was a good little turnout. People were happy. Oh, and here's the uniform polo shirt. Also available on VFWCT.org. I say it again, you can find all these things on VFWCT.org.
When is the order coming in?
What?
Any idea yet?
I got it in my office.
Actually, got it today.
I just got it today.
Yeah. So let's go to the next page. There's all the schools of instruction.
That's right.
What are you going to be teaching this year at the Department of Connecticut 2025 Schools of Instruction? Notice the pig with a VFW tattoo on the back.
Oh, that's fun.
That's awesome. I'm
Last
sure.
year
Don't
was
let
a big
National
pig.
see that. Don't let them see that.
You old big pig.
No, you just stop talking. That's all. What are we teaching this? Inspections. Inspections is going to be a topic.
A day in the life of a post quartermaster.
Is that what you're teaching? A day in the life?
Day of life and adjutant.
Okay, all right. You mean your job or their job?
Well, their job.
Okay, sounds good. What else are we going to teach them?
Let me see. We're going.
Maybe a little ritual something action.
Yeah.
Maybe a little, nothing too crazy there.
Paying on membership.
Oh yeah, I gotta have someone talk about membership. We'll get Stan to do it. Stan's good.
Yes, he's good.
Stan is the chairman of the membership.
Yes, he is.
He just led the state to 102%.
Yes,
Unprecedented.
I mean, and 2 weeks before the convention.
That wasn't. Oh, before the state convention. 7 weeks before the end of the officer year.
Right.
That's
right.
What is the goal this year? Not 102% again.
It's a 101. What that means is that if you have a post of under 100 members, you just have to maintain and get one more body.
Mm.
One more veteran. in need.
That's it.
Or just regular veteran. Just
Yeah.
maybe a taxpayer too.
We'll get there. I'm pretty confident we'll get there.
90% of the posts made it over 100. Wait a minute, how many posts made it over 102 last year?
72 posts out of 81. So it was 90%. It was 89.999%. Remember, I did the
Were
math.
these all alive?
No.
Were these people all alive?
No, they-
Were there some dead guys in there?
Nope.
Are you sure?
No, I'm positive.
Because it sounds like a little sketchy to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. No, the department worked very hard, and I really recognize the hard work that went into it. That was not an easy feat right there, Charlie. I'll tell you
No,
right
and that
now.
was that success was the born of 1,000 fathers.
And you made a lot of phone calls and got on a lot of people to move it and take us over that line. So
Yeah.
everybody really appreciate that work
No,
that you
it's,
did.
it's my pleasure always. Look, like that's basically what I did in the Navy. Recruiting, and it was one of those things to stay on top of things, because every minute of every day is spoken for at some point, and I just think I didn't think it was they didn't want to do it. I think they didn't know how to do it, and because they wanted to do it, they just needed some guidance and some course correction.
What's that line you say that you tell me? Instruction.
Oh, train, inspect, reward.
Train, inspect, reward.
Oh yeah, train, inspect, reward. We trained them, we inspected what we expected, and we rewarded, for all their hard work. I mean, I think it was a great idea that, the department, we as a whole bought everybody a hat, rather than just the top two of each.
For all state.
For all state, I think that was a great thing. I also believe that morning, a lot of people showed up to come get their hats and stuff, and the way we did it too, we capped them and stuff like that, and it was,
and we communicated with the dashboard, because people knew, like, oh, here we are.
That's right. That's right. I'm very proud. I mean, there's no words that I could express last year, and I want to say that we're going to do it again this year. They're pretty motivated, Commander. I'll tell you. They're pretty motivated.
Well, one of the goals, I got 3 goals, and one of them is 10,000 for America's 250th. 250th anniversary. Not a lot of people are talking about it, except we have a veterans group that's a American Legion VFW joint committee.
Right.
It's called the America 250 Connecticut Veterans Coalition, because we're thrown together, and we are making up a whole bunch of different things. We're doing a Revolutionary War Trail. We're doing toolkits so posts can benefit, including a speakers bureau, like a list of speakers. Sheldon, do you know a lot about Revolutionary War stuff? Do you got your tricorner hat yet?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right. So we might have to have a class on how to make tricorner hats. The towns are starting to come alive now that we've hit that 1 year out mark. But the veteran community is really starting to coalesce around this. Although we lost one person on the committee yesterday.
Yeah, I understand.
It happens. Life gets in the way of good works. And so we should be doing that, pairing them up with breweries and eateries and ice cream places. And, by the way, if you've never been to Fort Griswold, you get to see the sword that the guy got shanked after he surrendered it to the British guy. Yeah, it's in the library. You should go out there. Yeah, it's pretty, it's a pretty bloody battle there over in Fort Griswold. I didn't realize that. I thought we actually won that one.
I don't think we did.
No, we clearly did not. It was a massacre.
Yeah.
So those of us out there in Groton, you might want to traipse up to the hill and get the tour. It's pretty good. It's all right, And what else is going on in the state?
What was the 3 goals?
The first one is 10,000.
Yeah. What was the second?
For America's 250th. The second one is enforce fraternal and professional standards. Or excellence. So that's when we talk about having our companies meet our criteria. We talk about doing the ritual and doing a better job and teaching the next generation of veterans the ritual that's now 126 years old type stuff. And the third one is continue the VFW mission. So instead of being taffy pulled into all these other areas, I'm looking at maybe let's refocus on our core mission, which is, like you mentioned, taking care of veterans, our communities, our families, and further the aims of our great organization. So those are the 3. I pared it down to there.
And that's good. If people especially focus on the number 3. Don't just do it without letting other people know what we're doing. I mean, there's a lot of posts out there that will do really good community service, but they're not putting it in the press. They're not letting anybody know about it.
Yeah.
You know, they're just doing it, and then they letting us know so we can clear it in the dashboards and stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to, if you want your membership to grow, you have to let people know that there is a post in your town. And the way you do that is by community service, by getting your name out there, letting the editor know, you know, hey, we're doing this on this day. Can you send somebody over? Or you're going to send them pictures of what you did. Even though they can't send somebody over, you can send them pictures.
Sheldon,
things
to
like that.
interrupt you, I think one of the best ways is a real grassroots ways is the patch. So on many different towns, it's but I've noticed over the years the patch gets really good pickup on Google searches. So even if if you're thinking, hey, we're going to do this, or hey, we did this, putting an event ahead of time and then having the photos that happen afterwards. Setting up a program. Hey, we're having a 3-month focus on food insecurity within our town. We're going to be at this place, this place, this place. Let people know. And that good work, the good news about your good work gets out in the community, brings additional value to your post. So it's not like we're just sitting around drinking and stuff like that. It's we're actually doing things that are good for the community. A lot of people lose sight. They see the VFW as just, oh, that's where people go to tell war stories. Well, in fact, at every turn, it's like they're donating to Little League.
Yeah.
They're, maintaining this portion of, this town green. They're doing flags. They're doing flag retirements. Or all these things within the veteranhood, people are doing. And that one component of letting people know, don't hide your good works under a basket, or was it a bushel basket, it says in the Bible? Let people know what's going on. It's not about you being humble, it's about you promoting the corporation, the association of people doing good deeds. You have to do that. There's a lot of competition out there. And you want people to know that you are a vital part of the community. When you have that going and people know, and I'm sorry to filibuster as we talk.
I want you to. No, go.
These are important things to understand. Our 2 speakers spoke very at length about all the good deeds, and a lot of it was tactical type stuff. Well, we're missing the strategic or the level where we're saying, hey, we should let other people know what we're doing. Good deeds attract good people.
Yeah, he's right.
So when we talk about all these things, don't lose sight of saying, hey, we did this. Take a photo, put it on the Facebook, put it on your webpage. I don't know, share it amongst some friends, text it to your mom. I don't know, whatever. But get the good word out so people, they have an appropriate opinion of your local VFW.
No, exactly. When I was helping Durham out at that time, the community just rallied around that town, around those people, because they remember how the VFW was always there on different events and getting out there. And the community just came out like crazy to help out that post and to volunteer, and a lot of young people. And to opposite, when I tried to help another post, people were like, we have a VFW in this town?
That's true. Yep.
And because they were already up there in age and nobody was volunteering, nobody was doing anything, so nothing was getting done. So nobody knew there was even a VFW there, and it was pretty bad for that post.
Yes.
So not only it helps bring membership in with community service, but if you're in trouble, the people in that town will rally to help you guys out, okay, when times get hard. And because you gave back. You can't always go back and go into the cookie jar, okay, and ask for money all the time. Have some kind of events, and that will be a big plus for your post. Is there anything else, guys? We still got a few more minutes.
I want to piggyback off something you said. The post is in trouble.
Yeah.
They need to let somebody know. Okay, listen, do not suffer. I'm here to tell you, do not suffer in silence. All you need to do, if your post is in trouble, is call one of us. Okay, you can call me. You can call your district commanders. You could call. You need to pick this phone up and contact somebody to get some help. Please don't feel that that we're going to come trample on you, or we're going to do we're going to shut your post down, or we're going to do everything like that. No, we're going to fix the problem, and we're going to move on.
Let's face it, it's in our best interest to save a post.
Yes, none of us
and
want to
train them
Yep.
and make them swim and fly, and especially in this America's 250th,
Yes.
our posts are outposts of patriotism.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, we look to the VFW, our friends at the American Legion, and the DAV, and all the, you know, we look to them. So it is far easier to educate and fix than it is to
Sure.
collapse and, you know, I don't know, put a helicopter on a flatbed and then put it on a railhead to send it back to wherever. No, let's not do that. Let's instead keep these posts alive and going.
That's
Remember,
our
the
vision.
statistic is what? 31 posts is open in the last 10 years, and 32 have closed or consolidated in the state of Connecticut.
That's right.
We need to stop that trend, and one of the ways, Dominic is absolutely right. Absolutely right. You know, reach out for help. You know, we didn't get to these seats by not knowing what we're talking about.
Right.
You know, yeah.
You know, we want to make sure that, you know, we're going.
Oh, we should talk about the post-intervention and training team.
Oh, the pit team.
We got the PIT team. So this year we've instituted a new thing called the post-intervention and training team, where it says, hey, you know what? We noticed that you're having some problems. Are you getting help from your district? Yes. Okay. Well, maybe you need a little extra push, and so we can send out the post-intervention and training team.
Yeah, that's right. Don't look at if the pit team comes to your post, do not look at it that we're trying to, you know, take over or, you know, like this. We're intervening. We're looking at the discrepancies or problems. We're coming up with solutions to fix them, and then we'll put things in place. So this way, you guys could just move on and, you know, and keep marching forward.
I mean, I could think of 3 posts last year through direct intervention, including you, that came from the bowels of despair.
Mm-hmm.
The bowels of despair to, I think one of them was All-American. No, All-State. Yeah, All-State. So from closing the doors to All-State, back on track, paperwork in, you know, working through their problems.
That's
and,
right.
You know, they probably could use a few more bodies though.
No, that's fine.
You know,
Yeah,
well, who does?
you know,
Who can't?
Yeah, of course. So, you know, that's what kind of led us to the pit team.
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly it.
You know, we discussed it in length. I says, well, Charlie, I was like, you know, we'll put this in place. We'll try, you know, give it a shot and see what happens. And I think that the pit team is going to be a useful tool down the road.
Hopefully we'll keep going on and get stronger and better and smooth out the issues before they become problems, before they become crises.
That's right.
Yep.
Trying to steer away from the crises.
Yes.
Cemetery, before we got a couple minutes.
Cemetery. Let's talk about that. On the podcast that was released June 30th, the official podcast of the Department of Veterans Affairs, our commissioner, Juan Welsh, said that they have not found appropriate land yet. That they had a request for a proposal that was put out in late January, February. It closed. They went on toward, I think they were up to 15 sites, largely in southeastern Connecticut. And surprise, surprise, they did not find a suitable site. And they are looking for 50 to 100 acres to open a new cemetery.
They're not going to try to expand Middletown.
That's not what he said. So I'm going off of his public statements.
Okay.
It sounds like they are looking to, you know, me from Middletown and recognizing the economic savings by having a cemetery within 3 miles, it'd save us millions of dollars. Yeah. But you know what? It's as you get further and further along that path, you realize like this is not really working out here in Middletown. Mostly because just down the street it starts going into, you know, up and down.
Right.
So that said, if you've got a farm that you're all set with for, and it's pretty flat, I know a nice, quiet neighbor, except when there's veteran burials. So
Right.
you know, and they have the firing detail.
Right.
But that is what they said on the podcast. So I was a little surprised. I didn't realize it was still open. So I put out, you know, to the 500 people on the mailing list, and I've got a few back where they said, "Hey, have you tried this and that?" So we started going over a list to help out our friends in the Connecticut bureaucracy. And I don't mean the DVA. I mean the Connecticut Department of Administrative Services. They're the ones that take the magic wand and say, "Yes, DVA, this is yours." Yeah. So it's not easy. I give them credit. It's probably not the thing that's on top of the list. But that is definitely turning from an issue to a problem to a crisis.
Right,
and
right.
we're somewhere in here. And since the bombshell dropped on the day after Veterans Day last year, That's 8 months later.
Well, you know,
So there it is.
All right, so Commander, it's great to have you back on the show.
Oh, thank you.
You know, we're gonna get ready to wrap up. I think this has been a great thing. You know, we've had good people watching all over social media.
And we hope next month we're gonna have we're gonna talk about the VOD Patriots pen.
Yes, we are.
And how to put it in, and maybe even share it. If you have a lot, you can pass a couple to some posts who don't have any. So that will also work out.
Right.
You know.
Yes. And don't forget, there's a testimonial in October.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we got October. So watch your mailings,
Yep.
watch this show,
Yes.
and that fabulous website, vfwct.org, that Dominic puts stuff on in the Adjutant's Corner.
Adjutant's Corner.
Yeah, Adjutant's Corner.
So I don't know how we're doing with time, but anyway, yeah. So thank you guys for showing up, and I think that's it, right?
I don't have anything else. Thanks for watching episode 4.